When it comes to cars, Germany doesn't just build machines, it crafts legends. Mercedes, BMW, Audi, Volkswagen, names that don't just promise luxury and performance, they deliver engineering perfection. But is that the full truth? Well, absolutely not, as these brands have produced some of the worst cars possible. And trust me when I say, you having one will have you in a world of frustration. But which cars are they? Which ones exactly should you avoid, even if they were the last cars on Earth? You're in luck, as I will be introducing you to the 10 worst German cars to buy in 2025 and what makes them so terrible. If you love your peace, and more importantly, your wallet, then you should avoid these cars as much as possible. So let's get straight into it. Starting off in number 10 is the Volkswagen Jetta, especially the 2019 to 2025 model. If you look at other Volkswagen models in terms of performance, overall design and quality, then the Jetta is an insult to the name that Volkswagen has built over the years. It's a sorry attempt at an affordable compact sedan, and it's the classic case of paying for what you get for. The Jetta comes with a 1.4-liter turbo engine, which is pretty much fine if you're okay with a sluggish engine that produces only 147 horsepower. One of the most common complaints about this ride has been the electrical and technological issues, with the infotainment screen constantly failing or the power windows just randomly shutting down within the first few years of its release. The Reliable Consumers Report gave it a below-average reliability score, talking mostly about issues with the suspension and the electronics. But apart from all that, it costs an absolute fortune to repair. You're going to end up spending around $800 to $1,200, the smallest of repairs. If you want a good sedan, a Honda Civic or a Toyota Corolla is a way better choice. At number 9 is one of the cheapest cars in the Mercedes lineup, but trust me, it's cheap for a reason, the Mercedes-Benz A-Class. When talking about its appearance, it's quite attractive to be fair, like every Mercedes car is, but when you go deeper into it, it's a big disappointment. It comes with a 2.0-liter turbo engine that produces 188 horsepower, and also a dual-clutch transmission which is very hard to control, especially in stop-and-go traffic. Many owners have complained about the interior being wacky, the sensors having many faults, and the electrical issues which can cost up to over $15,000 to fix. For a luxury compact car with the name Mercedes attached to it, it's a real let-off, and you should steer as far away from it as possible. The BMW 7 Series takes our number 8 spot, and honestly, you just have to ask BMW what they were thinking when they developed this model. It's meant to scream luxury and affluence, but instead it's a nothing but a money pit. To be fair, it is packed with all the tech that you can think of, and driving it has this futuristic feeling, but is it all worth it when a single repair can wreck your entire wallet? Owners have complained a lot about the suspension, which costs about $3,000 to replace, and an infotainment system that has many issues. The car has all the tech and all the features that will attract anyone, but the simple truth is it really worth it? I definitely think not. Up next at our 7th pick is the Audi Q3, a luxury car that promises style but delivers nothing but frustration and headache. Being brutally honest, this is one of the worst cars to have if you value your mental health. The electrical problems and the transmission issues alone will cost you a fortune to repair, and the fact that they spoil constantly is something you won't want. What's the point in driving a car that won't give you that peace of mind? The Q3 comes with a 2.0-liter turbo engine, which is okay. It produces around 228 horsepower, but the driving experience is where the problems are. The ride is very stiff, which is very uncomfortable, and the designs aren't really as eye-catching for a car that costs around $40,000. Number 6 is the Volkswagen Tiguan, a compact car that's very popular, but if you know the problems it brings, you'd question why so many people have it. It has a spacious interior, and the engine is a 2.0-liter turbo engine that produces 184 horsepower, so that's pretty good. but it is more or less cursed with reliability issues, as there have been many complaints about the fuel system, the sunroof being terrible, and electrical components failing constantly. Each fix on this car will need up to $1,000 for the smallest of issues, and that's just terrible for a car you paid a heavy amount to get. Instead of paying for a car whose popularity doesn't match its reliability, going for other options is advised. So, we've gotten halfway through our list, but I'd love to know your thoughts so far. What do you think of these cars so far? I definitely read every comment. Taking our 5th spot is another Mercedes-Benz model that the brand should have probably left in the planning stage, the Mercedes-Benz S-Class. It's simply not that good of a car as it should be. Although it's very attractive to be fair, it has many terrible problems that car owners should avoid. It is a tech dynamo, having almost everything you'd want, from massaging seats to an amazing sound system. But that's not all you'd need in a car that's worth thousands of dollars. It's known for its suspension issues, especially the air suspension, which can cost around $4,000 to fix, and the electrical issues which will have you going to the workshop every week. Even the infotainment system that Mercedes brags of has many issues, as there are random glitches from time to time. For a car that had so much potential, it's really nothing short of a failure. Coming up at number 4 is the BMW X2, a sports car that's pretty fine, but it's not sustainable. If you love yourself and your wallet, it's pretty important you run as far as possible away from this car as you can. I mean, it looks cool with its fine stance, and it has a 228 horsepower turbo engine, but it's a reliability doomsday. Many people have complained about the braking tearing too fast and noises coming from the suspension. Consumer Reports also gave it a very low reliability score, and the repairs can cost as high as $1,500 per fix. It also has cramped seats, and the cargo space is also not sufficient in any way. There are way better cars that you can go for, so if there's any other option you have, run to them. We've gotten to the top 3, and trust me, these are cars that would give you nothing but constant headaches. In our number 3 pick is the Audi A1, a compact hatchback that's pretty cute in all honesty, but it costs a fortune to maintain. It's okay for casual driving around the city, as the 1.0-liter turbo engine is cool. But when it comes to highway driving and long-distance rides, the clutch is terrible. It comes with leaky doors, and like most cars on this list, the electrical issues are as frustrating as possible. In terms of its reliability, it's a car that no one should even trust. There are better options on the market. Coming in at our number 2 pick for the day is the Mercedes GLC, especially the 2016 to 2025 models. And for a car so fine and luxurious, there is nothing but trouble. The interiors of this car are top-notch, and the engine is a marvel. It uses an engine that produces 241 horsepower, which is quite good, but the transmission and power issues is where the real problem is at. For a car that costs thousands of dollars and has a decent amount of hype, you'd expect an amazing ride that you can use for ages without so much stress. But the simple truth is that it's a car that's not reliable in any way, and you can be assured that it's one of the worst German cars that you can buy this year. So if you have a choice between this and saving your money, you know what option you should go with. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've gotten to the final car of the day. Our number 1 pick, and the worst German car that you can buy in 2025, is the Volkswagen Tuareg, an absolute disaster of a car. This is a car that can be said to be a specialist in failure and missed opportunities. For a car that is very similar to the Porsche Cayenne and the Audi Q7, you'd expect a similar level of performance and quality, but it's nothing but a disappointment compared to them. The only good thing about it is the fact that it has a 3.0-liter V6 engine that can produce 335 horsepower, but the rest of the car is terrible. It has catastrophic engine issues, random transmission failures, and electrical glitches that will have you spending on average $2,500 per issue. So when I tell you this car is bad, it's bad. If you want an SUV of this size, going for the BMW X5 and Toyota Highlander are way better options. So there it is, 10 of the worst German cars mankind has even seen. From terrible sedans that give nothing but headaches to SUVs that cost a fortune, but don't give the needed performance, we've seen cars that would make us say that German engineers made big mistakes while developing these vehicles. But what's your take on them? Which cars do you think are the worst? Or do you disagree with this list and think they might be worse? Drop a comment and let me see your honest thoughts. But before I get going, I implore you to drop a like for us if you found this video helpful, subscribe to the channel so you won't miss out on any more content, and share with other friends so you won't miss out on more content like this.